good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Kindred Lists, right here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. I'm here gathered with all of my wonderful friends for another exciting Friday night as we continue this epic Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign that we started many, many years ago with a little bit of Storm King's Thunder. And it has continued to evolve over time. Before we get started, though, I would like to go ahead and give a shout out to some of our sponsors that you'll see already popping up in your Twitch chat if you're hanging out with us tonight. We want to thank our good friends at Little Dragon Corp for all their awesomeness. They've been supporting us for, gosh, I want to think almost 2 years now we've been sponsored by Little Dragon. It's been a while, so we want to thank them. If you want to go ahead and type !Little Dragon in the chat, you'll get a quick link to their website and storefront where you can purchase some really cool dice and other RPG related gear, just like the ones Matthew has right there. He's showing off some fancy Little Dragon Corp dice. There you go. We're all gonna do our showing off Little Dragon Corp dice. Mine are probably see through in Twitch. I don't know if my green screen is greening them out or not.
It looks legit.
All right.
Oh, I don't know.
So go ahead and get some dice from them, and you can use that coupon code that you see in chat, ProBonus, to get 10% off of your order. You may want to double check their Facebook and Twitter to see if they're offering any other deals and discounts as well. So want to check them out. Also, you want to check out Cardboard Castle Games by typing in !CCG in the chat. You can get a quick link to their storefront as well. They're my friendly local game store, and I buy all my unpainted miniatures and D&D books and all kinds of things from them. So any support for them would be great. We also want to thank Twitch and Streamlabs for allowing us to be affiliated with them and allowing us to do this crazy streaming stuff that we do all week long here on Proficiency Bonus. Quick recap. We had almost like a 2-session battle with a greater Baylor named Grinthark, who was angry last time because Molfin had cut off his belt. And in Yep.
You're muted.
Don't pants the demon, folks. It tends to really piss him off.
Pantsing the demon is always a bad idea. He was angry because Molfin had stolen a possession of his that he was looking for and had found within this tower here outside of Hellgate Keep, which is now just basically a pit. Molfin, making way with this thing, angered the demon. Conflict arose. A few of our party members were close to death. A couple unconscious states. I think Diana went unconscious at least 3 times. And I think Vix might have gone unconscious twice. So we had five unconscious encounters there last time within that battle. But they were able to see it through the finish as Lachlan, with a well-placed arrow, was able to kill the demon, sending it into an explosion of flame and fire, consuming Molfin completely, almost killing him in the process.
Would have been bad.
Yeah.
They defeated Grinthark, got possession of these items, returned with Peric, the Archdruid, to decipher a plan, but Ashlyn was worried about the missing oh my gosh, I forgot his name.
Norien,
that was it.
Norien.
I wanted to say Dorian, but I knew it wasn't Dorian, it was Norien for some reason. The missing Norien, they could not find him after he kind of disappeared and left the battle. So Ashlyn wanted to transform into that cloud and head on back, and Molfin and Lachlan went with her. The snakes, 3 members of the 7 snakes, headed back to Tiselles, while the rest of you stayed behind for the time being to take a short rest. That's where we pick up this week. And it's good to see you in chat, Derek, already chanting Master Molfin in Twitch. There we go. Oh gosh, here we go. It starts already tonight, folks.
The army grows.
The army grows. So the story is told. We're going to start back at the Druid Grove. Callista, Diana, and Vix. You guys have all completed your short rest. You identified these two items, which, Callista, you discovered is a staff of Silvery Moon. And scintillating, was that what it was called? Scintillating colors? The robe of scintillating colors is what Vix had discovered. Did you decide that you were going to wear that robe?
Yes, I
Okay.
switched out my
That's right,
boots
yeah.
of speed.
And then you
We gave boots of speed to Riled
Yep, Ryle's got the boots.
and ring of protection from Callista.
Now, Matthew, you might know this a little bit off the top of your head. What are the rules for attunement?
In terms of what?
Like, can you only attune to one item per, like, short rest? Or is it that you can attune to any amount? I cannot
I think
remember.
per a short rest, it's only one.
Okay, so Riled will probably
Because I think
just...
it always specifies it takes a short rest to attune to a item or
Right.
an item.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I've always ruled it as you do one per rest, but normally we don't have people attuning to multiple things. either, so.
True. Yeah, I'm gonna say probably Riled would get a chance to, if you guys are planning to leave right away after the break, Riled would probably only get to attune to the Ring of Protection, because I believe the Ring of Protection is an attunement magic item.
It is, yeah.
So he'll do that, and he'll save the boots for the next rest, unless you guys plan to stay longer.
Question: do I attune to the staff, or was that short rest just spent figuring out what it was?
Good question.
I'm fine either way. I just need to know if I've attuned or not, because that changes things.
I need to find out what the official ruling on that is. Let me double check the.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Let me check the ruling just to be sure. Because I think we said that you guys were just kind of spending time with them to identify them.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Mhm.
straight to attune to it, but you're like, you can spend time with it to figure out what it does.
Okay, if you were planning on attuning to it, then yes, you would be attuned to it. Attunement.
But then I wouldn't know what it does if I just straight attune to it, right?
No, you
You would learn as soon as you attune.
as soon
Oh,
as
well
you
then yeah, I
attune
would
to it,
just
you'd
straight
learn it.
attune
Yeah.
to it.
Because you could attune to something that's cursed or something without
right.
knowing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But
Like most of the
Calista
time when you
would
spend the
know
time with it,
what it
you're
was.
just making sure it's not a cursed item, so that when you do attune to it, you
Right.
don't go down that rabbit hole, you know?
Yeah, I was just looking at it, so if
Okay.
I wouldn't have had it attuned yet, but I would have taken the boots of speed off already.
Okay, attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it. It says in parentheses, this can't be the same short rest used to learn the item's properties.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you're saying, you know what, I'm risking it, I'm just going to go ahead and attune to
Yeah,
it, then you're attuned
that
to
was
it.
my initial plan to
Sure.
risk it.
Mhm.
Knowing I had the Nat 20 history check on what I think it was from
Right.
Silvery Moon,
True.
Callista felt confident that it was probably safe.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I'm just going to assume that I was just trying to figure out what it was, because I don't trust the bird person, so...
Okay.
That's fair.
Sure.
Fair point.
Yeah, that is definitely a fair point. So I will say that Ryle will then use his just one to do the Ring of Protection, and then he'll save it on the boots, unless you guys decide otherwise. So, but yeah, you guys are there. You guys have rested up. What would you guys like to do? Is there anything that you guys want to talk about before you head on, or do you guys just want to immediately transform into Cloud and rush off?
Let me check. I'm pretty good to go. But being that this came from underneath the Druid Grove and I'm essentially taking it, I'm going to hand Peric the Staff of the Woodlands. Because someone here is going to need to use this.
Well,
If they come back,
that's incredibly kind of you. He takes it, and he's just like holding on to it. And he doesn't really say anything, but you can see in his face this just look of respect, and he looks at you and just gives you a nod, and then he slowly pans over the group. I feel much better knowing that that shard is gone from this place. I think you all might be right. I think now this land can heal. But I want to help you as well. And he takes and he picks up that shield that he had. And he looks at Diana and he hands it to Diana.
I look at Vix like
Wow.
I like angrily scowl back at you.
and then I'll be like, oh my god, for me?
This was one of the things that we found while we were filling the tunnels underneath. It was once wielded by a cleric at one point. Should be wielded by a cleric. And he hands it to you.
It's funny, I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you. No meter bless you. And I'll take it.
That's
The
it.
shieldy
Yeah,
thing.
you got it. It has an emblem. It looks almost like a it's silver and has very, I don't know if you would recognize it or not, but it looks a little dwarvish in its make. And it has kind of like a golden inlay of this massive like warhammer on the front of it. You can make a religion check if you'd like. She's like, where are my dice? I gotta find my dice.
I lost my skills section for a second. I was like, where'd my skills section go? Okay. 18.
18?
Wait, yeah. 11 plus 7. 18. Yeah.
Well, you probably recognize this is a holy symbol to the god Moradin, which is basically the Dwarvish god that kind of basically a lot of like smiths and artisans and miners, even some of those individuals would worship. But you don't currently have a magical shield, do you, Diana?
No, I don't. I think I just have a regular shield.
Okay, this one is actually a +1 shield. So basically what it does is, since a shield usually just gives you a +2 bonus, this one gives you a +3 bonus to your armor class instead. So your armor class will go up by 1 with this shield.
Yay!
Mm-hmm. And I don't believe, let me double check, but I do not believe it is an attunement item. I think as long as you're holding it, you get the bonus. So
Does this thing exist because I was getting knocked out like a football player last session?
Traumatic brain injury.
He had it before that happened, so no. But, you know,
It worked out.
It worked
it
out.
worked out.
But you know.
No.
The staff of the woodlands. I think he much needs the staff of the woodlands in comparison to a shield. Like as a druid, it's probably more comfortable for him.
Yeah, and seeing this, like I said before, you guys, and Callista might have been the only one that would have picked this up.
Yeah.
Druids don't really like to use metal objects and items. It's not really,
But they can.
But they can. It's just kind of taboo for druids to do sometimes. So
You're welcome, Jamie.
so you got the idea that maybe he was just using it because it was better than anything else he had lying around. So hey,
Yeah.
and
Dire circumstances.
you got a mess up here, so use the tools that you have to get through,
Mm-hmm.
even if it hurts you to use it sometimes, even if it's, you're gritting your teeth while you do it. So so it's almost like he's happy to help you and also kind of relieve that tension that he feels whenever he's wielding that shield as well. So but yeah, you have a shield, a +1 shield. Diana, as he hands it over. Now you guys better hurry and get with your friends. I don't know what that Norien individual had up his sleeve, but whatever it is, it can't be good.
Yeah. Keep this place safe. It's important. And I will start concentrating on becoming a cloud.
Okay. And as you guys are starting to just kind of shift into that cloud-like form, as you guys are starting to get, translucent a little bit in front of him, he's like, "You're all welcome here anytime. Anytime at all." And he kind of just gives you guys like a half smile as you guys kind of fade off into a cloudy image.
Druids are best. Fight me. That's Kristy speaking, not Callista.
Okay, and you guys turn into clouds and begin to head back. The snakes.
Oh god.
I'm attacking the darkness. No.
First thing I would like you guys to do. Last time, you guys had the help of Callista to get to your location.
Oh,
This time you don't. So what I'd like you guys to do is I want somebody to make a survival check for me. Anyone who would like to make a survival check may.
okay.
To see if you can
Okay,
find your way back within a decent amount of time.
You're wise. You got this.
For once, let me see. Okay, survival got. Alright, let's see, so that is and so 7 plus a 5, so 12 total.
12 total? Okay.
Okay.
So your 2 hours pass.
Mm.
You should be in the right area. But for some reason you got caught up in some dense fog.
We lost sight of one another.
Yeah, it's like you guys are all good thing you
I
guys
thought Uncle Muffin was a cloud for a while.
I think you guys do have telepathic bond going right now.
Yes.
Only for an hour.
Oh, that's right. Halfway through, you lost it. Okay, let's do this. Lachlan and Molfin, I would like you to make perception checks.
All right. Actually, perceptive. 22.
All right.
Ooh, nice.
7.
7. Okay.
So, 7.
So, Lachlan, you're able to see the cloud Ashlyn within the fog and the clouds that are up here, and
It's a very fast cloud. Yeah.
Ashlyn's moving to the right. She looks confused. It's like she may have not really sure if she made. Did she make the right or correct turn at Albuquerque? She's not really sure. Kind of going up and back and around. Looking around though, Lachlan, you're missing a cloud.
I can't even call this.
Molfin, go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Oh no.
Oh my god, MG.
2.
Oh no!
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set that
well-
aside. I need to show for you before I use that die because that's 2 nat ones in a row.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's nice knowing Molten.
Yeah.
Lachlan's cloud starts circling Ashlyn's cloud.
Okay.
There's no other cloud. It's just 2 clouds, one circling the other, one looking very confused.
I feel like I'm part of an interpretive dance team.
Molfen, when you did that, go ahead and make a perception check. That's what this.
Oh, no.
That's what this means in cloud form when you do that.
Okay, that's a little better. Perception.
Yeah.
Okay. 11.
11. Okay. You looking around. You look out towards the distance. You look towards the north, what you think is the north. You start to see something. Looks like a silhouetted image coming through the clouds. Starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger as it approaches. You can see this. Oh man, it's got wings. Oh, what is that? Coming out of the clouds is a massive blue dragon.
What?
And it doesn't seem to, like, notice you as a cloud. It's just going through the clouds. And it's within 50 feet of you. Just keeps flying. You kind of go, and your cloud form gets blown to the side as it just flies right by you through the clouds.
Oh no. You're muted.
I'm gonna follow it.
Okay.
What?
Can you follow it? Excellent.
I got no one else near me.
All right. You're following it.
Gotta play that now one. You gotta play into that now one.
I'm lost. Hey, there's something living here. It's going somewhere. Might as well see where it's going.
Okay. Yeah. It's flying. You're what's your speed as a cloud? It's pretty fast, I think.
800 miles an hour.
Oh
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
You
Something
easily
yeah,
keep on the tail of this thing, as it's flying. You see it eventually like start to glide for a little bit, and it just kind of veers to the right a little bit, and just keeps on flying. It looks like it's heading somewhere. Go ahead and make an additional survival check for me as you're following.
Oh my god, in heaven. That's a 4.
Why?
You got no idea what direction you're going. You're just following it. And it can...
Well, it was nice knowing him.
It's about this time, Ashlyn and Lachlan, as Lachlan's like spinning around you, you guys start to hear, sounds like the flapping of wings. Go ahead and make perception checks for me. Both of
Okay.
you.
I'm good at those, so let's pretend. I got a nat 20, so that's good.
That's
Which
very
is a
good.
16.
Somebody
Okay.
save me.
16, good.
Yeah,
Um,
so I have a 30 total.
You guys just catch the edge of this. Like looking through the clouds, you can see a silhouetted image, and it's like one of those instances where it's not coming towards you, but it looks like it's going to fly by you.
Mm.
But you can see what looks to be a pretty decent sized blue dragon. You guys know blue dragons because you fought one in the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's flying through the air, and it glides a little bit, then flaps its wings, and it starts to veer off. And Ashlyn, with your nat 20, you'd see it starts to veer off in the opposite direction of where you're trying to go. It looks like it's leading off to the west. And it starts, and then you can see this little cloud that's moving way too quickly to be a cloud, about 25 to 30 feet behind its tail.
Okay. What would Ashlyn do? This is the big important question. Because Ashlyn really wants to drop cloud form, jump on the thing's back, and start beating it with a sword.
but your dad is also in trouble.
My dad! Of course. Okay, thank you. Voice of reason. Alright.
My dad, thank you.
Okay, Ashlyn will remember her father. And go after the little cloud and try to kind of like clothesline the cloud that's spinning around me and just drag it towards like the presence towards the cloud that's following the dragon. Yeah, and try to meet up with Cloud Muffin.
Okay. Yeah, you guys eventually do catch up with Cloud Muffin, because Cloud Muffin's actually moving slower than what you guys move, because he's following the dragon. He could actually move much faster than this if he wanted to. But he just seems to be following, and all of a sudden, Muffin, you see two clouds just go beside you on either side of you as you continue to follow the flapping wings of this blue dragon. And Ashlyn, with your nat 20, you'd realize that you guys are going the wrong direction. You need to turn around if you want to get to Tiselles. Can we do a whole episode where you guys are just clouds? I think that would be fantastic.
I think for fairness sake, we should have someone narrating our actions, just so that way anybody who
True.
can't
Listen
see
to our
it
podcast.
knows
Yeah,
what
it's
we're
happened.
Can we still cast spells as a cloud?
I don't think you can. Because if you can't speak, you can't do vocal component. If you
True,
can't,
that's true.
if
You
they're...
basically are
It's,
very vulnerable as a cloud.
Oh.
Because it takes a minute to get out of it. So if you're being attacked and it takes you a minute to get out, you can't defend yourself for a minute.
Yeah, let's.
yeah, and you guys are right.
Let's
This
do an attack.
this episode would make a terrible a podcast. No one would have any clue what's going on. So
Wolfen gesticulates wildly.
so using so Ashlyn, you're getting their attention and turning them around. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you turn them around. The blue dragon just seems to disappear into the clouds.
Okay.
The complete opposite direction of where you guys were headed.
Okay.
So it takes you probably about an extra 20 minutes or so. So about 2 hours and 20 minutes have passed since you guys find your way back to Tiselles. You can see as you're flying overhead that familiar area where the waterfalls seem to disappear from that river into this massive cloud of watery mist that just seems to be engulfing the whole city. And you guys make your way towards this mist. How would you like to approach, and what would you guys like to do?
I would like to land on the edge of the platform with the castle on it and try to like sneak, like transform behind like greenery or like, just to kind of be out of the way.
Okay,
from everything.
Did you want to be like, are you talking about like where that balcony was where you guys landed originally, or are you like somewhere else?
Somewhere else,
Okay.
like not.
You're talking like outside the castle on the
Yeah,
ground.
outside the castle.
Okay.
On land, behind like something that's not noticeable.
Okay. Would you guys do the same? Would you follow her?
Yeah, I'd be following it.
I'm in formation with Cloud 1, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys land here, and I'm trying to think about how many hours have passed and what the day would be. It would probably be night, I think, now that I think about it.
Okay.
By the time you guys would have gotten here, it would probably be nightfall. So you guys make your way, you find an area around the castle. It seems to be around a fountain area. And there's a lot of greenery. It almost looks like a natural type of, I think they made like a little fountain garden place, a nice sitting area with some place on the outskirts of the castle. You guys make your way, and you take your minute to transform, and you guys successfully transform into your normal forms. not your cloud.
All right.
Naked in Terminator pose, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, naked Terminator pose. That's right. So what would you guys like to do?
Should
I'm
we-
assuming we are going in quiet. Why did we not follow the dragon?
What if I should have followed him?
I was following him.
My dad! My dad! My dad!
Okay. But shall we go in very quietly?
Just in case Norien and Sarah are ready, I think we should try to approach this as carefully as possible.
Shall we
Can
go
you do
transparently?
telepathic bond again with us?
Oh, certainly I can set up the three of us with it.
Yeah,
And
that's
then after that, if you'd like, I can make us all invisible. This way we'll be able
Wonderful.
to speak with each other and remain hidden.
okay.
So Molphin will set up his ritual real quick.
Okay. It takes.
I'm keeping a lookout to make sure nobody approaches us while
Yeah,
he's
me
doing
too.
his stuff.
It's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
so-
use my whole Mask of the Wild to try to hide. Like, I've got some leaves over my face. I think that I'm really stealthy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah. You find some hanging vines over the edge of like
Yeah.
a stone wall, and you're just like hiding
Yeah, I
among
just
them.
stand on.
You
Yeah.
stand back against the wall behind the vines
Yep.
draped in front of you.
yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, honestly, it's very quiet here. Doesn't sound like there's a whole lot going on. Molphin takes his 10 minutes, sets up his ritual, and with his incantations and his chalk circles and whatever he does to get this thing put together, no problems whatsoever. So telepathic bond is set.
And then reaching out, grabbing hold of his focus again, is going to just reach out and his own hand out and sort of poke Ashlyn and Lachlan with one finger each, and with the other hand grab himself and cast invisibility.
Okay.
So all three of us now invisible for an hour.
Right. Invisible for an hour.
This is regular invisibility.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted.
Okay, so you guys
Don't
all...
attack anyone, or if you do, they will obviously be able to see you.
Now, you guys can hear each other in your minds, but you can't see each other.
Yeah.
And you're all standing there next to this fountain as it slowly trickles water down into the pool. It's hard to tell, like, with the way the mist kind of covers this place. It's hard to tell if there's like a bright moonlight or anything shining ahead above, but you can see there's kind of like this just cascading blue light that just seems to be emerging from everywhere, and you can see shadows forming from the different greenery around the place. What would you guys like to do?
Should we go towards the door? The front door, or do you think we should go through a less guarded one?
Oh god, it is a front door.
I use my elven eyes to look at the front door.
Ashlyn, what do you see with your elvish eyes?
Yes, let me look very
So
intensely.
from where you guys are at, you'll have to travel a little distance to get to the front door. So
Okay.
I mean, I guess you guys are gonna move stealthily, so you can make stealth checks
Yep.
with advantage
Okay.
for being invisible. While that's
Yeah.
taking place, I would like Callista, if she was going to make the survival check to get her party back, you can make it with advantage because of your background that you had from before.
And I had a roll in those, so don't forget to buy your Little Dragon Court dice, folks.
Okay.
That's a good thing I have advantage. That is
Wait, that's right.
25.
25, okay. And you guys are about
Yeah.
35 minutes into your travel so far, as it took them a little bit longer to get there, and now they spent 10 minutes to do this ritual. So, yeah, you're pinpointing the location. You're pretty sure that you'll be able to get your group there with no problems within 2 hours.
That's a 17 for me.
17,
22.
22. Okay.
I would have had a 19, but with reliable talent, it's 25.
Nice. Oh yeah, you guys make your way to the front door. It does look like it is being guarded by 2 guards that are standing at attention, spears at the ready, just, ready to go. Looks like they're wearing a little bit better armor than the ones that you guys had confronted before. Looks like they might have been given a little bit of extra armor to be the front door guards here. There's only 2 though, because you guys are kind of inside where what would be like the main outside gate. Main outside gate might have a barracks and some other things going on, but
Okay. I want to ask. Yeah. Are we actually giving my father the stone? Or is that just something that we're telling him that we have?
I'm not quite sure what we should do yet, as I haven't had time to analyze what it is.
Whatever it is, it's powerful and it's probably evil.
And Norien could be anywhere.
Yes, I think it is. Well, I think we should go in and look around, and then, depending on what we find, perhaps waiting until morning and not storming his bedroom in the middle of the night will, 1, give me a chance to examine the item, and 2, then the others should be here by then, so we can sit down and have a rational discussion about it.
We try to get past these guards, or...
Well, is there a window or something we can jump through? I mean, we've gone through other people's bedroom windows. Should be one on the first floor.
If not, I can, like, walk up to the 2nd floor with Lachlan and we can just, like, open
turn
one
back
for
to
you.
clouds and just go.
yeah, true.
Oh.
You could turn back into
I did
clouds,
not know
yeah.
that. I forgot about that.
That lasts for 8 hours? Yeah. So you guys still
Yes, sir,
you guys
8
still
hours.
probably about have like 3 hours left on that spell. At least.
Be that sneaky though, like surprise, but we don't want to be surprised by Norien. What if we slip in as clouds, just make sure Norien's not there, and then during the night we'll take a watch and see if he approaches.
Sounds good.
We'll only have an hour before we are visible again. If we sit and set up watches in the room, all of a sudden...
No, I
we'll
meant turn into clouds, slip into the door, visit the area as clouds. Like, can we see as clouds? Can we perceive and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. See if Norien's in the castle, then yeet out of there for the night until the others
Clouding.
Invisible clouds. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
come in.
Invisible, psychically linked clouds.
All hail the glow clouds.
That's chef's kiss. That's it. Right there. So yeah, you guys take a minute to transform into clouds, and I believe the cloud spell allows you to you're just, is it like gaseous form where you can just like go through
Basically.
cracks and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Under doors
yeah,
and
you
stuff.
could find a just a slightly cracked window, door, whatever you
Yeah.
guys would like to do. No problem.
All right.
Gonna
So
go looking for
let's-
trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a look for Norien, and if he's not here, then we can
Now this
rest for the night.
the castle is pretty big. Any
Okay.
do you guys want to split up? Do you guys all want to go together? What is it that you
Yes.
guys want to do? Because there's like, as soon as you enter, there's like a foyer area, and then there's hallways to the right and left. I mean, you remember farther down the foyer was that other door, which then led to a hallway, and then another door, and then the throne room. And then off to the left, there was another hallway that led to where Molfin did his, Vix got in with that it's like a little war room type thing where they were talking about all around that circle table. And then off to the right, there was that little kind of like comfortable chamber that you guys waited in. There was also like a little library area down that direction that you guys didn't get a chance to see when you were here the first time, but there's other areas there. So it's up to you guys. And there's also obviously the steps that lead upstairs to where your parents' bedchambers were.
I'll go upstairs and check on my parents because I think that's less creepy than you guys doing it. All right.
Okay.
One of us throne room, one of us war room.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Okay.
See you. Talk to you soon.
But where are we meeting and in how long?
In an hour, let's meet outside where we shape changed. Cloud change.
Not in an hour, because we will be visible then. Perhaps 40 minutes or so.
In 40 minutes or so.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So Lachlan, where did you want to go?
I guess I'll go throne room.
Throne room. Okay. So Molfin would
Yeah.
veer off towards the.
Unless he's got other ideas.
Unless you got other
Mm.
ideas.
But Molfin will. So Lachlan's going to the throne room.
It appears
Mhm.
that Lachlan looks like he's going straight ahead, and you guys can
I
communicate
have
with
no
each
idea.
other too. So
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, no, I can't see him. I can only see into the ethereal plane right now.
but I'm speaking into telepathy for sure.
Yeah. So Molfin will do a quick loop in the. Actually, does Molfin know there's a library in here? I know you just said it, but
you would assume that a place like this would have one. You might not know exactly which way to go to find it, but
yeah, Molfin's going to go do a loop in that sort of like war room area,
okay.
and then assuming doesn't see anything in there, is going to spend the rest of the time trying to find the library
Okay, sure.
because spellcasters they like books.
Yeah,
Okay.
true. They do. Lachlan, you make your way into the throne room, passing through the closed doors. There are guards guarding these doors, and you make your way through into the throne room. That it's dark in there. There's nothing lit, but you have dark vision, and looking around, you can see that there's what looks to be kind of like a dull moonlight, kind of cascading through these elaborate windows on each side, beaming some light onto the floor. There's an empty throne there. The chairs are empty. Beside, you can see Norien's chair there. You can see Ashlyn's mother's chair there. It's quiet. Quiet, dark. Nothing.
Clouds have a sense of. Was that my senses?
I think so. I think you have all your.
Like, can I? Can I tell, like, by warmth and smell if people have been sitting on the thrones lately or anything, or like, I mean, you know,
Making
I sniff his cushion.
making make. I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna say you're investigating the thrones. Go ahead and investigate the
Okay.
thrones.
All I picture is this Cloud Lachlan down there, like,
yeah. Well, I got a 11.
Smell a little perfume coming from Ashlyn's mother's throne a little bit.
I won't linger there too long, out of respect.
You move over to the king's throne. You
Smells like steak.
I guess that's his musk. Then you move on to Norien's, and you're just like, oh, it just smells pretty bad. Like a old sweaty gym sock that's been left in the gym bag, and that it's like got tucked under something, and you forgot about it for 3 weeks. That's kind of what it smells like. But it doesn't seem like it seems like that's just how these chairs smell. It doesn't seem as if like anyone's been sitting in them or anything recently.
Gotcha. Okay.
And as you're sitting there pondering, Ashlyn, you are making your way up the stairs, and you make your way into your parents' bedchamber. Immediately when you come in to your right, you can see your mother is in kind of like the open washroom area. It's like a imagine like if you had a bathroom that had one room that was just designated like for a sink and towels and just the amenities, and then you had a whole complete other large bathroom that was like the tub and, you know, all your other kinds of things that you would have. She seems to be in there, and she is wearing what looks to be a elaborate robe. And you can see that your father, King Leori, is kind of just looking out concerned out the open doors of that. What kind of doors are they? That I always forget the name of these. Like a patio door kind of deal.
French
Like
doors.
the French
Yeah.
doors. That's what. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the French doors that lead out to the balcony. They're open, and it seems like the curtains are just kind of billowing into in with a small breeze. And he's just looking out, and he has a look of concern on his face.
I'll wait for a second to see if they talk, but otherwise I'll leave and go look for Norien some more.
Okay. You see your mother walk up over to one of the towel racks, and she seems to kind of take this towel and just drape it over her arms a little bit. And she turns around with this robe and starts to slowly walk towards the opening that leads into that larger bed chamber where the massive bed is. I mean, I'm talking like enormous bed that has like the four-cornered bars and elaborate decorative curtains that seem to hang all around it. And I mean, these people are filthy rich. And has this towel kind of draped over her arms, and she's walking towards the edge. Yo, you've been staring out there for quite a while now. What's wrong? And he seems to rub his chin a little bit, and he's like, I don't think we can trust him, dear. I received correspondence that Norien is not to be trusted. And he looks over towards her. She looks concerned and says, why is that? And he says, I don't know, there's just something about them. I trust them, my dear. I trust what they have to say. I mean, I know Norien's been here for a long time, and he's been pivotal and been able to help me in every situation that I've been in, but I must admit there was always something about him that I couldn't quite pinpoint. Didn't quite understand. Something deep in my gut. I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining all these things. It's been just extremely stressful. She looks concerned and starts to slowly like walk, and she almost like almost passes like right by you as you're just hovering there in your invisible cloud form. She walks right by. And stands probably about 10 feet away from him. I don't know, I felt it too, I think. Maybe we need to keep a watch. Just to be safe. Muffin. You find that comfortable room that you were in before. Is that where you were going? Or you were going to the war room, right?
Yeah, the war room, and then looking for the library.
You go into the war room, and as you're moving around, you notice that there are like a couple of the pieces of furniture that are around the war room. It looks as if some of the drawers have been pulled open and left open. And it looks like somebody was like sifting through some of the drawers within the war room. Looks like somebody with a little bit of haste was looking through this chamber.
Looking around, and I don't see anything in the ethereal plane either within the room.
You do not.
Okay. Just trying to think if there's anything that I can do that might give me a hint what they were looking for. flashing back to when I was watching that meeting in here,
Mm-hmm.
who was sitting in front of where these drawers are?
It was
Does it look like where it was like the king and Norien were sitting, or does it look like it's where the others were?
probably on. Well, the king sat at like the head of the table. This was more on Norian's side of the table, but it's like imagine table, chairs, and then imagine like a little like dresser type thing, storage
Okay.
compartment that was just up against the wall, that had some drawers in it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Malfin's gonna. Bloody hell! I can't. Actually, yes, I can. Haha. I can do it because it won't affect the others. Malfin is going to take a minute, seeing nobody in here, to come out of cloud form
Okay.
and look around, looking at that storage thing, trying to see if I can find any sort of like a hidden compartment or anything in there that someone might have been looking for.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Okay, let's see here. Right up there. Let's try you again. Investigation. Okay, I will take that. Not a great roll on the die, but still not bad. 24.
24. You do in fact find a secret compartment at the bottom of one of these drawers. It was left open just the slightest bit, but as you kind of open it up, there is a soft velvet bottom to it, and an imprint in the velvet, the shape of a dagger.
Immediately upon seeing that, just not even going back into cloud form, just bloody hell. Oh wait,
Telepathic bond.
telepathically,
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Yep.
I'm in the war room. I'm no longer a cloud. I was searching around. There was a hidden compartment in a bureau here with a dagger-shaped recess in it. There is no dagger currently there. Somebody has pulled a hidden weapon out and is within the castle with it.
Usually we use this to stab people.
Yes.
Huh. I can.
I just snorted.
Throne room's clear. Smells fine in here.
I'm not going to ask.
Yeah, neither am I.
So
My
good.
parents look safe.
So good.
I can stay up here for a while with them just to make sure nothing happens.
Should we all keep an eye on them?
I'm beginning to think that may be best.
Okay. Do
It's,
you guys want to come up here, or do you want to stay downstairs to make sure no one comes up the balcony?
I'm not quite certain that they would be comfortable with us stalking out in their bedchamber. But at the
Okay.
same point, knowing that he can move through.
Why don't you
no way to
stand
do-
behind the bedchamber, at the base of the balcony, and Lachlan stands outside the bedchamber, and I'll stay with them. Just for a little while.
I suppose. So, you want me outside?
Yes.
Okay. Then Molfin's going to go back into cloud form and basically fly his way out to that balcony we crash landed on.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough.
And then focused more on within the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not really looking outside, but looking within the room and looking specifically sort of keeping an eye on wherever Ashlyn says they are,
Okay.
but into the ethereal plane to see if I see anyone
Okay.
moving around in the ethereal plane in their vicinity.
Okay. As you're focusing on the ethereal, don't see anything.
Okay.
Are you staying in cloud form, or are you transforming back to?
No,
Morphin
I'm
on
going
the
to
back?
drop back down to myself.
Drop back down. Ashlyn, are you
Yeah.
continuing to stay in cloud form, or are you going to watch over them in your normal form?
I will try to be invisible. Not cloud, but
Okay, so you're gonna.
Invisible.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we're still invisible.
Yeah, you're still
Yeah.
invisible.
For 1 hour.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say probably within all the inspecting and looking around, probably about 20 minutes has passed on your 1 hour.
okay.
Lachlan, are you going to stay in a cloud form, or are you going to also transform back into yourself?
Going to go physical for the remainder of my invisibility.
Okay, and you-
At least until like a minute or so.
And you're
Yeah.
stationed inside the castle, outside their door, correct? Is that where?
Yeah, like a guard.
Like a guard,
Yeah.
You got it.
He's a guard.
Guard.
Ashlyn, as you're transforming and you take that minute and you're watching, and you have that reassurance that Molfen is just outside that balcony and the open doors, and that Lachlan's just on the other side of the door. You get the sense of comfort overwhelming you, as you know Molfen had informed you guys that there was a hidden weapon within this war room that is no longer there. Somebody within the castle is armed, and you can hear your mother and father having a little bit of small talk, just engaging in that. And your mother seems to notice all this stress that he's under. And as she comes up to him, she kind of just takes her hand and starts kind of like rubbing, the back of his neck a little bit, try to relieve some of the stress and pain. And it's in that moment that your mother throws off the towel that she had, and there's a dagger in her right hand, and she goes to try to drive it down into your father's neck. What do you do?
I stand in the way.
Okay, everybody roll initiative, please.
I run over to my dad and try to stand between them.
Bloody hell.
What the huck? I have a 17.
19.
How? I'm hoping she screamed.
Wait, when you
Give an
said she
natural
throws
one.
off the towel, I was so concerned. I was like, oh my god, Ashlyn, get out of there before you get traumatized.
She walked in, mommy and daddy. She was a
Gonna
whole
get a
lot older.
little
Hands up
sibling.
and get down!
Not having us drink.
Ashlyn, what was your initiative?
19.
19. Molfen, yours was 17?
No, I think Lachlan, you were 17.
Yeah, mine
right?
was 17.
Okay,
yeah.
what was Molfen's?
I'm at 21.
Ooh, yeah, 21.
Whoa.
Lachlan
19 on the die.
was 17.
Nice.
And...
That's why I'm hoping Ashlyn screamed.
Well,
Nope.
you can... Well, you're looking in the ethereal, so you can't see anything on the physical?
Well, it's no. It's.
I would have thought in my head.
Overlie.
I would have thought in my head.
Yeah, I'm sure you
I
would have
would
said
Knife.
something. Knife.
Oh shit, knife.
Knife. Okay. So first to respond to this squeal that you hear in your mind, Molfen. What would you like to do?
Is those doors still open, or did they close them?
They're open.
Okay, I'm gonna run into the room.
Okay.
Invisible for the moment, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, you witness. It looks like am I pronouncing this like Kaylessa?
Kaylessa.
Kaylessa has her bathrobe on and now has this golden dagger that she's holding up above the king's head and got the king like grabbed by the neck
Okay.
and is like mid getting ready to drive this thing down into the back of his neck.
How far away from me is she?
20 feet.
Bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step
Okay.
and literally try to like drop myself in the middle of them
Okay.
and full strength trying to basically shove up at her to knock her backwards away from her.
Okay. All right. Make an athletics check.
and strength. Knock the crazy lady away. Okay, that's not bad. I think that should be a dirty 20, I think.
Ink says in chat, visiting the folks is always stressful.
Yep, so that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
I rolled.
And I am, actually, oh no, this would technically be an attack, so Molfen is no longer invisible.
Oh, so Molfen is now visible. I rolled a natural 1. So you shove her, and immediately upon shoving her, the dagger falls from her hand and clanks to the floor beside you, and she stumbles back about 5 feet, but then gets this really angry look on her face towards you, Molfen, as she sees you. And your turn?
Molfin's going to look over his shoulder at the king, just sort of make sure he's okay.
He looks shocked, like what is going on? But it's like a split second. That's all you can see with that. Like, this is all happening super fast.
We just arrived, apparently none too soon. And turn.
Okay, next up to go is Ashlyn. What do you do? You've just seen Molfen appear and push your mom back from stabbing your father in the back of the neck. She's unarmed. She dropped the dagger.
I'm trying to grapple my mom. Gently!
Okay, you're 20 feet away from her, so you have to run up to her.
Yep,
And then you're
run
going to
20
try
feet.
to use a grapple attack. Okay, go ahead and use
Yep.
your athletics check.
Not bad. 15?
She dodges out of the way with a 20.
Ah!
You kind of grab a little bit of the bathrobe, and it kind of pulls down over her shoulder just a bit, and she dodges and rolls out of the way from it, and she looks up at you with because that grapple is technically an attack, right? So that would break your invisibility, I believe.
Okay.
So now you're visible, and she's looking between both you and Molfen with an angered look on her face. Anything else? You technically still have a second attack, because grapple is a special attack, so it counts as attack.
Can I try
action.
grappling again?
You may, yes.
I'm gonna try grappling her again.
All right.
Ooh, 18 plus 5, 23.
Natural 1.
Okay!
That's 2 on me
Michael,
for the
there
night.
are numbers in between those.
I know. What's going on here?
Yeah.
So, Ashlyn, you are able to kind of leap as she's in almost like a 3-point stance down on the ground. You kind of like leap over her back and then bear hug, like right around her shoulder and then underneath the other arm, and you have her kind of in this grapple now.
I imagined our first hug again would be different than this, but Dad, Mom's trying to knife you. See, we're here to help. I promise.
She still has an angered look on her face, and that brings us to Lachlan.
Okay.
It's all happening.
Okay, and I've heard commotion, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear something's going on in there.
Open the door, look in.
I
I guess I'd see.
The door's locked.
Oh. Okay.
My thieves' tools.
Okay, make a thieves' tool check on the door.
Goodness.
Well, it's a 34.
Okay, good.
You hear the familiar click of the lock releasing, and it just creaks open just the slightest bit. That was your action.
That was my action. Did I lose invisibility, or is that neither an attack nor a spell? How's that work?
I guess not, because you don't lose
your
invisibility on
invisibility,
that. Yeah, you can pick locks as
Noted.
invisible and not lose it.
Yeah.
I never even thought of that until now.
Neither did I. It's like
By rule,
15
yeah.
months later.
On how to be a better thief.
Yep. I'll open the door.
Okay, you open the door. Ashlyn has her mother in a bathrobe, grappled, like bear hugged. Molfen is standing in front of the king like this, and the king is just like... And there's a golden dagger just laying on the floor in between Molfen and the king.
Jerry.
There goes a chair just flying across the room.
Org, you are not the father.
I guess I mean still invisible. Do I have enough movement left to go up and just kind of like take the dagger?
How much movement do you have total?
25 usually.
You can get probably within 10 feet, but not quite.
Okay. Then I'll just wait in the doorway.
Wait in the
Invisible, just kind of watching.
Just watching.
Yeah.
Any bonus action or just gonna wait? Didn't know if you had.
I'm already hidden, right?
Yeah, you're already invisible. But the door just like
Cool,
opens
we good.
and there's nothing there.
It was the wind. Okay, you know what? I'll go close it. I'll go through and close it so that nobody knows where. So there's nothing sketchy in the hallway. Enter.
So you gonna close it?
Will you lock it?
Oh, yeah.
Fine.
All right. Lachlan locks it behind him. Okay. The king goes. He basically bends down and picks up the dagger.
Mhm.
And is kind of holding it there. And it's like, sweet Kate, what are you doing? What? Are you not happy? What are you doing to me? He's just kind of like, just pleading with her right now. She's gonna try to escape the grapple.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that my athletics again?
Actually, she's gonna do something different.
Okay.
She looks towards you, Ashlyn,
Oh no.
and her face seems to change expression from this really dark, angry look to kind of a soft, somber look, almost as if like in Shrek when Puss in Boots looks up at Shrek.
Oh
Those
no.
big, hefty eyes. And you can see there's tears in her eyes, welling up just the slightest bit. She's just like, I want to be set free, darling. I want to be set free. I don't want to do this anymore. My heart hurts. Will you help me? Make a wisdom saving throw for me, Ashlyn.
Oh god. Good at wisdom saving those guys.
You're also an elf.
Okay, I'm also an elf.
So you get advantage on this.
Okay, good, because I rolled a 5.
You have advantage.
I rolled a 19 that time.
You
So that's 29.
something.
Thank you, elf.
Something starts to work in your mind, and it almost seems like somebody is just like reaching in and just squeezing your brain with their hand, and just like putting this immense pressure on your head. And all of a sudden, you get this flash, and you can see Norien's face for just a split second. And then you come out of it, and you still have your own mind, but you're looking down there at your mother, who's now just starting to cry just the slightest bit. And no movement because grappled. So that brings us to the top of the round with Molfin.
So, Molfin's going to walk up towards her a little bit. Well, actually, as he goes to take a step closer and just, forgive me, I'm going to try one thing. If this doesn't work, we may have to render her unconscious. But hopefully this will work.
Just
Unconscious? There's something wrong with her. What is going on? He's like starting to panic.
I have no idea. That's why we're going to try this first. And Molfin's going to walk up, and I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
Oh.
Because remembering that Callista went through a whole bunch of things and she seemed fine. Now that she's gone off the deep end, either she's just been crazy the whole time, or she's under an effect.
Okay. You're gonna cast Dispel Magic?
Yep.
Okay. What level? Just 3rd level?
a higher level.
No, Molfin had.
Okay.
Yeah, Molfin has an idea. He's had some experience with things that he's thinking may be similar to this, so I'm going to cast it at 5th level.
Okay.
Okay.
So Molfin, you focus on Ashlyn's mother, who is now just being grappled and looking up towards Ashlyn with this very, very somber look in her eye. And you wave your hands and you cast your incantations, and you just see the form of Ashlyn's mother start to fade away. And standing in her place is Norien himself, the Incubus. He's got blood like leaking down part of his chin. He looks hurt. But he's in this grapple and he's looking up and he immediately feels, and Ashlyn, you can immediately feel the leathery wings as you're wrapping your arms around him. And he looks over at you and just smiles, Molfin. He's like... I thought this would go much easier. Seems we're gonna have to do things the hard way. And he just grins.
Molfin's going to ignore him, turn his head, look at the king. Your Highness. Norien. Norien, Your Highness. In turn.
Where's my wife? What did you do to my wife? And he just laughs. Wouldn't you like to know, great king? Wouldn't you like to know? Anything else, Molfin? Is that the end of your turn?
Nope, that'll end it.
Ashlyn, you're up. You have Norien in your grasp.
I do. So I'm going to turn to Molfin, say, protect Dad, no matter what. Promise? Okay, good enough.
He's gonna put him in a box in another dimension. Watch out.
Oh, crap. Oh, okay. I meant just put him in like a sphere of something. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to then say, Norien, where is my mother? And I'm going to pull out my leatherworker's tools.
Okay.
And they are not a weapon, but I'm gonna start to like stab him in the neck or something very painful with one of them, just arbitrarily.
Okay. Let's call this, yeah. If it's just arbitrary, let's call this an intimidation check. So go ahead and make an intimidation check. I'll give you advantage with the use of the leatherworker's tools.
Okay.
Not even a dagger.
Tay in his knife.
Yeah, that's just a 16.
16? I'll make a roll.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was going after the wings.
Nope.
Nat-
Just somewhere around.
Natural 20.
Not what? Oh.
He starts to laugh. That kind of tickles.
All right. Bonus action. Gonna start hitting him with my fist.
Okay, you gonna do a flurry of blows?
Yep.
All right. Flurry of blows. Go ahead and make your 2 attacks. So basically,
Are they at advantage?
no, he's just grappled, so his movement is 0. So you're
Okay.
basically like holding him with one arm and you're just going over the back of him.
Yep. Okay.
It's like some
So-
old school wrestling.
Oh, it's old school wrestling.
First
Got him
one
in a headlock.
First one is 23 to hit.
23 hits. All your damage.
And let me see if I can do anything fun.
Oh, yes you can.
What?
Stun him.
Oh, I can stun him. No, I want him to fully feel pain when he's stunned.
What?
Ashlyn's going to very dark places. Okay, I'm gonna try to stun him.
Okay. Stunning strike.
Oh, bring the
He's got my mom. So
Okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just rolled
Okay.
another natural 20.
Okay,
2 in a row.
that's fine.
After my
So, do I still
2
roll
nat
damage on
1s, I
that?
rolled 2 nat 20s. Yeah, you still get to roll damage. Yeah, you still hit. He just resisted the stun.
Okay. Alright, so that's 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So
And then I'm gonna try it again.
Okay.
The same thing.
go ahead.
Molfin's going to scream in his head, watching her start beating on him. Just knock him out. We need him alive.
Okay. Dirty 30,
Yes.
and that'll be another DC 18 con save.
Okay. DC
gonna try
18
again.
Constitution.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fail with a 14.
Cool. He's stunned.
Okay.
And takes 10 points of damage.
Ashlyn.
No, 11 points of damage.
Ashlyn,
Yep.
go ahead and describe how you take him down.
I look at him. You shouldn't have fucked with my parents. I punch him in the nose, and he goes limp in my arm.
Yeah, you just watch Ashlyn just go whisper something to him, and then another hit. Blood just starts spewing out of his face, and he goes completely limp. And you hear him just go, and he's just there limp in Ashlyn's arms.
I throw him down in disgust away from me and
You throw him down, and like
go, what's the plan?
you can see like this
Yeah.
dark crimson soaking into the white bathrobe that lays on the floor now. As he's just laying
Yeah, that's
there.
gross.
You guys are technically out of encounter
Molfen-
right now, so I'm going to take you guys out of that
Okay.
initiative order.
Molfin is immediately going to run over. And next to the... I'll check. He's just unconscious, right?
If Ashlyn wanted him to be unconscious, yes, then he's unconscious.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
If
We
she
need him alive.
lost control and wanted to kill him, then she could kill him. It's up to her.
I need my mom.
Okay.
No. He's alive.
So Molfin is going to sort of bend down next to him. And I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Excellent.
And I am literally going to be drilling through his mind, looking for information on her mother.
Okay, let me double check detect.
It is a wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Does he get to make one if he's unconscious?
I think I threw it in roll 20 if that worked right.
I think you only fail.
Does he still get to make a saving throw against it if he's unconscious?
Can an unconscious character make a wisdom save? Maybe yes. They automatically fail strength and dex.
Yeah, I think he still
Saving
makes a
throw.
saving throw even though he's unconscious. Are you kidding me? Natural 1. That's 3 natural 1s and 2 nat
Oh,
20s
yeah.
in like 7 rolls. Maybe there are only a couple numbers on that die.
Hey.
Yeah. So you're detecting the thoughts. So it's just like the surface thoughts, right?
Well, no, I can just automatically read. It makes the wisdom save when I probe deeper.
Okay.
So
So
it's literally, I'm digging deep looking for information on her mother.
surface thoughts.
Says,
For as you're kind of gazing into his thoughts unconsciously, you can see that his current notion, his current mode of thinking was he saw
I'm dead.
He saw an opportunity when he saw you, and he saw the hand, and he saw the shroud. And you see this image of him walking up to a massive throne made of bone and flesh. And seated on the throne is this terrible, immense figure, this bulbous figure with kind of like, almost like a bull skull head. In his right hand holding this terrible looking scepter that has a skull and green glowing flames seem to lick out of the end of this scepter that's in his hand. And you see Norien put a knee down in front of the throne, and he sets down this crystal shard first. And he goes, "My master, Grinthark failed, but your servant Norien was able to succeed tenfold. I have these additional items that will help to serve you to put down our enemies." And he sets down the hand detached next to the shard and then sets down this black cloth that looks like the Shroud of Souls on the other side. And then you just hear this billowing.
You have done well, Norien. You will be rewarded greatly for your service.
And that surface thought seems to just fade away. As you start to probe deeper, you see Norien walking in, but it's not Norien, to a library. It looks like King Leori walking into the library. And you see Ashlyn's mother, Kaylessa, crying and milling over a book. She rushes up to him. I think I found something, dear. For some reason, it's speaking to me, and I've been led to this tome. It talks about a wish. It talks about wishes in here. It talks about genies. I think there might be something to this, and the king kind of reaches out, kind of just brushes some of her tears out of her face. We'll get through this, dear. We'll get through it. Then he leans in to give her a kiss. And as his lips touch hers, you see her veins and arteries begin to turn black in her face. And they seem to start to creep up closer to her eyes, and her eyes get really wide, and her eyes begin to turn bloodshot. And she starts to lose the color from her flesh a little bit. It goes from this fleshy tone to more of a grayish looking tone. And it's almost like you can see her stop breathing. And the king slowly just lays her down upon this very elegant looking sofa within the library, meant to be read in. Lays her down, head on the pillow, her eyes still wide. And then you just hear a chuckle. And then you see the form of the king change to the form of the queen and exit the room.
Did I recognize the spell? Well, assuming it's a spell, do I recognize it?
You did not recognize the spell.
And then I saw him leave the room.
Yeah.
Molfin's just gonna turn and look. The library, where is it?
It's down the stairs across from the chambers that we put you in for holding.
Molfin's just taken off.
And
Not saying a word, just...
Molfin runs. What do the other two of you do?
Molfin isn't gonna... Molfin is just gonna yank on the door until it opens. Is Molfin sort of in panic mode?
Okay. So even though the lock is... Okay, so you're just gonna... for the...
I just...
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, eventually you get it open. I mean...
Yeah.
Lachlan and Ashlyn, you guys both notice Molfin he's going kind of crazy right now. He's going towards the door, he's going, and then unlocks it, pulls it open, and rushes out. And
Locke, go with him. I'm gonna stay here with Dad.
You hear from the nothingness, Roger that, bolt out.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lachlan's still invisible. So Lachlan, you rush with Molfin, and you guys head to the library. You open the door, and Molfin, those thoughts that you read immediately, you can see on that couch Ashlyn's mother lying there on the couch in that same visual image that you saw in your mind. Eyes wide.
Would Morphin be communicating any of this psychically? Like telepathically?
Probably.
Or would be
It's not like a
Probably
read
not.
thoughts. He would have to
Okay.
like speak it to you.
okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, no, Molfin seeing this is specifically trying to hold this back at the moment.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's why Ashlyn wouldn't tell me that. Okay.
So I'm just following along. Why are we going to the library?
Yeah.
No, Molfin's just ignoring, just running.
Yeah. And Lachlan,
As much as
you
it, you know.
you get to the library, and Molfin would probably as he stops in the library, looking at what he's looking at, you're peering kind of over his shoulder, and you can see the same thing. It appears that Ashlyn's mother is laying there on the couch, not breathing, not conscious, eyes wide, pale flesh, cold.
Can I check? Do I get the inkling that she's under a magical effect, or do I think that she's?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Ooh, okay, that's good. That's gonna be stupid high. That's 33.
33.
Ooh.
It's not magic. You think
Oh no.
Ashlyn's mother is dead.
Graham. She breathing?
No, it does not appear to be arcane, like an arcane stasis. But we need Diana.
We need Diana. She brought me back from the brink.
This is more than the brink. This is something that we'll be walking around Daggerford that would fall in my domain. Where we're dealing with...
Hey, no ideas, right? Ashlyn will
Well,
kill
we-
me if I let you do it.
rather not have to deal with Ashlyn killing me and then
Okay.
Diana bringing me back so her and Callista can do it again. But
How do we get Diana's attention? They're all flying here right now, right?
or they should be here soon, but unfortunately, I really hadn't planned on us breaking apart as we did. The only thing that I can do is sort of set out a massive beacon out on the thing that we landed on when we broke in the first time.
I think it's a balcony. Yeah.
Yes, that's the word. Sorry, just let's.
Getting old, Gramps.
I have to go upstairs and tell my niece that her mother is dead.
Maybe we fix her before Ashlyn finds out.
No, if we don't go back up there, and we wait until they show up 30 minutes or so, eventually they're going to panic, and they're going to send guards out to look for us.
That's true. Wait.
We'll have to do it. And Molfin's going to take a couple of moments and summon his unseen servant.
Okay.
And have the unseen servant basically lift up Ashlyn's mother.
Mm-hmm.
So that we have basically someone to carry her.
Okay.
And the minute she gets picked up, Molfin's going to cast invisibility on her.
Okay.
That would drop mine, but whatever. Just so you know, Michael.
Yeah.
Well, it's
drop
I
block.
can cast it on you as well.
Oh,
No, I'll just cast it. I'll cast it one level
I don't
up
care,
and
I
make
don't
sure
care.
Lachlan stays invisible then.
Would you rather be invisible or not, Lachlan?
I don't care. I think we're safe. We're safe. So there's probably
Okay.
conserve your energies, right?
So invisible. So now Lachlan is visible next to you, and it's just you two that are visible.
Yep.
You guys.
And then Molfin's just going to sort of just have the unseen servant follow along.
As you go to turn around, Molfin and Lachlan, you both notice on the floor there is a red tome open, lying on the floor.
remembering what he saw, Molfin will pick it up and just bring it with us.
Okay.
Remembering what I saw in Norian's mind.
Okay. You guys make your way back up to the bedchamber.
Yep.
Where you walk in and Ashlyn, basically, your father, the king, is just asking you questions about this creature that he's basically been telling you he's never seen this thing before. And, what kind of things would you be telling him as he's just trying to process all this?
It's some sort of demon that must have infiltrated your household somehow. We did battle against him and he disappeared, so we didn't know where he went. That's why we tried warning you.
Has he always been this way, or did he murder the real Norien?
I don't know.
I've always known him as Norien. I mean, he was always here. I don't.
Yeah, he might have. We don't know. We can always ask him when he wakes up, and I'm gonna crack my knuckles.
Okay. And as you crack your knuckles, you hear the door open, and Lachlan and Molfin start making their way into the bedchamber.
Why'd you leave? Where's Mom?
Molfin is going to. Are they? Where are Ashlyn and her father right now?
I would suspect kind of near the curtains. And Nurian's like between the bed and the curtains, and I have my knee on Nurian's chest still, even though he's out.
Okay.
And I'm looking up at my dad talking to him.
Molfin's just going to sort of walk up a little bit and. When I kneeled down in front of him a few moments ago, I cast a spell to look into his mind. He went to... Before he looked like your mother, he was in the guise of your father. You found your mother in the library, reading a book.
Okay.
I found your mother still in the library.
Oh. Okay.
Unfortunately, we are going to need Diana's assistance as soon as she gets here.
Well, she must be okay, right? She's in the library. I'll just head on down there right away and just make sure that things are okay.
As he goes to walk, Molfin's going to sort of grab onto him and try to sit him on his bed. But Diana is a cleric. This creature that meant to kill you found your wife first.
You could see his facial expression just deflates. He goes pale, like almost instantaneous. You must be joking. You're kidding. You're... This...
Molfin's going to look over at Lachlan. I am not one who would joke on this. Especially not in Ashlyn's presence. All she has wanted was to see her mother and father. And I am the one who has to stand here and tell her that I just found her mother in that state.
It's impossible.
One of the other women who is with us is a cleric of Ilmater.
All hope isn't lost.
Oh, where is she?
They are en route. I am going to be standing on your balcony, basically shooting small motes of flame up into the air to gather their attention as they should be approaching shortly.
You can see tears start to well up in his eyes. And he's trying to hold it together, you can tell, but it almost looks like he is completely deflated, confused, downtrodden. Just every emotion is just rapidly went through his mind in like a split second. And now he's just landed on complete sorrow. This can't be
Morphin's-
happening. This can't be happening. We're the royal family of Tiselles. This wasn't supposed to happen this way. It's not supposed to happen this way.
Morphin's gonna
Kaylee! Where is she?
Morphin's gonna walk back over to the door and basically take the body from the unseen servant,
Mm-hmm.
and just sort of walk over and very gently lay her down.
Okay.
I apologize. I cast invisibility upon her, so
Dignity.
of gods. And Morphin's going to drop concentration on it.
So, Ashlyn, you're watching as well as you see the image of your mother appear there down before the feet of the king. Pale in complexion, darkened vessels in her face. Motionless.
What did he do to her?
Yes, what has become of my sweet wife? And he bends down and he starts like just kind of rubbing the side of her face. And he just goes into complete meltdown. And he pulls her head in close, like kind of giving her a hug. And she's just kind of like laying limp there as he just bawls into her shoulder on the floor.
Morphin's going to take a couple of steps over towards Ashlyn.
Morphin, what did he do to her?
She was reading a book. She found something I saw in his memories. Something Callista said to her about the wish. She seemed to believe that either her or the king made a deal with a genie, my assumption based on her statements to the imposter when she thought it was her husband.
Morphin, wake her up.
I can't, only Diana can. Morphin's going to drop down to one knee next to her and sort of look up at Ashlyn a little bit. You know what I do. It comes from a place of darkness. If I were to do anything within my abilities to bring her back, it would not be her. This is something that only Diana can do. Or another of her ilk. She should be here soon, but
I say in giant out loud, so no one will understand me. But Morphin, make him suffer.
Morphin's going to give a little bit of a nod.
I'm gonna get off Noreen's chest and go walk over to my dad.
Okay. Ashlyn kind of kneels down. I kind of imagine and maybe just kind of embraces the two of them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's too deep into his emotional breakdown for words. He's just crying uncontrollably. And Diana's probably 15-20 minutes off. Your best guess, Morphin? We can just you just let me know when you guys are. We can always fast forward a few minutes
Yeah,
if we need to, or
Molten's
whatever you guys want to do. Yeah.
Molten's gonna try to convince Lachlan to go outside and like take whatever you need and just start light your regular arrows. Start firing up into the air,
My specialty.
and then hopefully you'll see something. And then Molten's gonna drag the body just sort of a little ways, so it's not right next to them.
Mm-hmm.
Take out his dagger and just do exactly what Ashlyn wanted.
Okay. So as this is taking place, so Lachlan is going out on the patio,
Yeah.
igniting
I'm
arrows.
gonna do some like thaumaturgy to make thunder. I'm gonna like.
Oh,
you know.
yes. So yes, the bowstring goes boom, there's a crack of thunder.
Yeah.
And are you shooting like lit arrows up into the air like flares and stuff like that, or is that what Molfen was asking you to do, or do you have some kind of magic that would help?
I have silent image that I can do. It lasts for 10 minutes, so I might have to do it a couple times, but I can like, make like big 15-foot cube visuals.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go, giant Eat It Joe sign pointed down.
Eat It Joe's. Yes. Yeah, there's this majestical area of this bright light. It looks like a little rave like taking place in the area of where Lachlan's throwing this image. Fast forward just a little bit of time. Callista, with your roll of survival, you pinpoint the area perfectly. And you guys, as your little cloud forms, see this glittering, glowing formation of light. Appears to be like a flare up above the balcony of the King and Queen's bedchambers.
Yeah, I'm dive bombing for that.
Okay. So you guys, I would imagine,
I will follow
Vix,
and join Callista.
Vix and Diana following suit. You guys make your way, and you can see Lachlan on the patio area, the balcony. He's obviously like holding his hands up. He's responsible for casting the spell that you guys see. And you guys make your way down, and Lachlan, you see the cloud forms approach of your companions.
Molten! Ashlyn, they're here! They're here!
Thank you.
I look like crap as you guys land.
Oh, you guys have 4 clouds because Riled is there too. I keep forgetting about Riled.
I guess I'll seeing Lachlan is in his normal shape and talking to Molfen and Ashlyn, I'll like turn into my normal shape.
Okay.
Diana,
Yeah.
we need you.
I land and push through to normal shape.
Same.
Okay, yeah. As you guys walk in,
Hurry, guys, hurry.
over to the right, you see Molfen, kind of off in the corner of the room. He has a dagger, and he looks like he's busy at work with something. And it looks
Lachlan, what happened?
Molfen looks like a crazy surgeon right now over in the corner. It does not look pretty. I will not go into detail, but it's bad.
You don't
PG rated.
Yeah.
The black on what's happening in that corner.
Okay, so Lachlan, what happened?
As Lachlan points, you guys can see that the king is hunched over. Looks to be a body of a woman, and he's just bawling, and Ashlyn is there right next to him, kind of arm over, tears running down her face as well.
I rushed to their side.
And as you rush, you can see is in fact the queen, Ashlyn's mom, Kaylessa, is laying there. It definitely looks like she has expired.
Diana, help.
Yeah.
Help.
The king,
help.
king looks
Anything
to
you can
the king.
do, help.
Hey, can you please help us? Can you please help us?
She can. She's the most powerful cleric I know, and she's the best person in the world. She's gonna help. Don't worry, Dad. Don't worry. We got this. Diana's got this. Just gotta trust her. Her, right, Diana? You can do this.
Yes.
I know
yes.
you can. I've seen you do it before. Lachlan, you have to
Yes.
do this, Diana.
Ashlyn, I put my hand on her shoulder. Ashlyn, take a deep breath, okay? Because everything is going to be fine,
Okay.
and you are going to have your mother back.
Okay.
Don't know if it's going to be right now. It might
Okay.
be tomorrow, but you will have your mother back. I
Okay.
promise.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Mechanical question. Let me check my hecking.
You get one per
This is
episode.
hey,
Yeah.
this has been
I
a
feel like
pretty
this is a great time to
pretty
use it.
stressful episode, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fuel magical effects for short rest. Okay, cool. I can use this then. I am going to use divine intervention because I have nothing left.
Okay.
So, taking my hand off of Ashlyn's shoulder, I will cradle her mother's face in my hands and looking at, I'm guessing just like you described earlier, just like black veins protruding, crawling up to her eye sockets, things like that. And just bow my head and pray and cast divine intervention.
Is that the one? Is that the one where you have to roll a D100 and it has to be under
Yeah, I
your
have to
level?
roll a percentage die.
Okay, so you're gonna roll a percentage die, and you have to roll a
Below my cleric level.
below your cleric level, which is 16, right? So you have to roll a 16 or less. Okay.
Yeah.
What you could do is, if you want to just go ahead and roll the first one first, then we'll see if, because you have to roll a 0 or a 1 on that first one to even have a chance.
Oh god, I know. All right, where are my die?
You're getting some encouragement coming through chat. Thanks for the bits. We appreciate it, Victoria. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
She's getting the dice warmed up. She's getting it ready.
Do it.
Oh, really quick, can I say Diana's prayer?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Diana will clutch her holy symbol in her hands. Remove one hand from Ashlyn's mother's face and clutch her holy symbol, holding her palm next to her cheek. And she'll just pray, later, please, please, please. You have been there with me before. I've seen you do this with me before. Please just help us again. Please, please, please. I will make my roll. Fuck. So.
2.
Omater said,
So close.
"Fuck you today." No.
So close, so close, so close.
So close. Yet so far.
As you pray, it's almost as if like you can feel Ilmater's comfort over you. But then you feel as if there are other ways. Perhaps this could be dealt with. Maybe the power is already granted within you somehow, Diana, and the power that you have and the power that's been gifted to you might be able to come to you with a little bit more prayer and a little bit more preparation. But you guys all stand around, you hear Diana pray, and Diana opens her eyes, and there's just no change right now. It just remains the same.
Gosh. She's definitely been departed longer than 2 minutes, right?
Yes.
All right. I will just remove my hand from her cheek and place it on Ashlyn's shoulder again, and look her in the eye, and tomorrow, there's nothing that we can do right now, and but I have faith. Tomorrow,
We can prepare the
it
space.
will help us.
It'll give us time to prepare the proper ceremonies.
Exactly. Sometimes these things just take more time, but we'll put her somewhere comfortable. She'll be okay. She'll turn to the king, and I remove my hand from my holy symbol or her face or whatever I'm touching at that point, and I grab his shoulder as well, and I'm like, tomorrow you will have your wife back. I swear.
This is all my fault. It's my
That's
fault.
not true.
And
That's not true.
he kneels down and he grabs her again and he kind of pulls her in close. And he just starts kind of whimpering almost a little bit to himself. And he's just like, I wish this never have happened. I wish it never have happened. And
I violently shake his shoulder.
I was just gonna say, I was gonna grab him by the scruff.
At that moment,
And I'm
that moment, there's an orange glow that starts to come out from underneath his neck area down here. And you can see this glow, and then all of a sudden it begins to be this almost like dust formation of orange that starts to go out around the king. And it kind of starts, to like circle the area. It starts to kind of weave in and out of all of you, kind of expanding throughout. It seems to have this orange glow that cascades throughout the whole chamber. Callista grabs a hold of the king and is just like holding on to him. The king's just like, what's happening? And all of a sudden this
stop.
And then taking form over on the opposite side of the corner, you see something take shape. And those of you who are in Roll20, I have a handout that I'm going to share with you.
I immediately kind of grab Ashlyn and put her behind me.
And you see a female figure that seems to be hovering on what looks to be like a vortex of dust and earth. She's not actually standing within the room. She's kind of hovering. She's wearing these reddish orange robes that seem to dangle down towards the floor. She's got these gold and jeweled necklaces and things that are almost like almost like an old 80s rapper that has several of these chains and gold necklaces around their neck. A very stern looking face that the eyes seem to gleam with the yellowish orange nature, wielding this massive hammer over her shoulder. Well, it is about time that someone wanted to cash in their last wish. I've been waiting to be freed for quite a long time.
You're gonna wait longer.
And the woman kind of looks at all of you. Who are all of you?
I hold Ashlyn behind me to, I don't know, I'm feeling very protective.
Okay.
I'm going to shake the king. You're a king now, so act like it. Stop relying on this bullshit and do the right thing. Don't give in.
Right. He kind of wipes some tears out from his face and he stands up tall. Who are you? Why are you here? What are you in my bedchambers? And the floating figure is like, well, no wonder it's taking you so long. It seems your last wish caused you to forget an awful lot. You do realize you only have one left. And upon using it, will free me from your neck. And she points to his neck. And Callista, since you're close enough to see, he's wearing some kind of medallion that has like an orange gemstone on it. I've been locked up in there for far too long. I can almost taste the freedom. You spoke my language. I heard the word wish. I am here to grant it.
We don't need you to grant anything. Alright. If anybody's granting anything, it'll be Ilmater in the ritual that we do tomorrow. So you can go back to whatever you came from.
You don't want to test us right now.
She kind of looks at you, Diana's like, huh. Right. And your ritual will make them a family again? Points over to the king and Ashlyn.
There are many things that I can do that do not rely upon you.
You're quite confident one.
I have faith.
There's my cleric.
I just hope that your faith is not your folly.
What's his first wish?
What is that?
What was his first wish?
His first wish was to assure that his daughter would be successful. That one was easily granted. The second one for power and wealth was much harder. Wasn't it, good king? You got everything you wanted. It's a shame you lost so much in return. That I can give back upon your final wish and my freedom. It's very easy. I'm kind of lucky. I'm lucky you were the one that my gemstone landed in the palm of their hands.
Your Majesty, any wish that she offers you is a lie. She's going to give you something but steal something else in return, like how she stole your daughter from you in exchange for making you a king. Don't listen to anything that she has to say.
The king looks at you, Ashlyn. Kaylee told me that there was something about you. I know you come here speaking that you are my daughter. I want to remember, but I cannot.
You to remember too. Can you wait one day? Just one?
I can wait. Just one.
Just one. That's all I ask.
I want my sweet Kaylee back.
I understand.
So what is it? You'll keep me trapped in that gemstone?
That's the plan.
Yep.
I'll be waiting, good king, for when you're ready to have your family back. It's only one wish away. And all this can be gone. And then you watch that.
There's always consequences.
And as you say that, Callista, the form just starts to glow orange and starts to turn into that orange kind of cloud of dust. And just goes quickly, rapidly into that gemstone on his neck. And it glows with this vibrant orange light around the room and then just dissipates quickly. and you guys are all left in the room, standing there looking at one another with the body of Kaylessa lying there before you.
I turn and hug Ashlyn tightly. It's gonna be okay.
Promised.
Alphin's gonna walk back over to the group. Your Highness, might I ask if I could examine your necklace?
Yes. Yes, you.
I'd like to,
He takes it off and he's like, I wish I could just give it to you permanently, but if that wish is my only
Careful
way,
with your words.
if that's my only way, then
I
I
understand it.
would rather free her and have my family back, if what she says is true.
Let us see what the morning brings. I want to take a bit of time and cast a few incantations on it to, shall we say, verify the validity of what that entity says.
Sure. And he hands it over to you. Then he looks over in the corner of the room and he's like, if you could clean up that mess while you're at it.
Yes, sorry.
Oh,
Has the
my
king
God.
been holding that dagger the whole time, by the way? Or did he throw that on the ground?
It's like laying on the like a nightstand area beside his bed. He just like set it down.
All right. I was just curious.
Okay. You want to steal it, don't you?
I want to see if it's magic.
Priority.
You know what? I will. I'll commit to the bit. Sure.
I was
While everybody's
just
talking,
trying to read Jamie's mind, you know? I was just like trying to get in there.
While everybody's talking, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and try to slowly take the dagger off the nightstand and
Okay.
lower it down to floor level and hover it over to me.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check with advantage because everybody seems to be occupied with what's going on in the room right now.
24.
Does anybody have a passive
think-
perception higher than 24? Let's
Oh,
not
it's
done
right.
yet.
Oh no!
Like-
It's gonna hear the mom talk again.
Let's not let anything happen. So it's okay. Oh my god, the Nothic. I just remembered the Nothic.
Oh yeah,
no.
yeah. The Nothic somewhere.
She sees it happen, but she is so livid at the king right now
Mm.
that she's like, you know what? I don't know where that thing came from. Just, it's sharp. Get it out of here. Like she doesn't care right now.
Okay. Yeah, you.
Yeah, I figured it probably would be a good idea to leave that in his possession.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah, you scoop up the golden dagger and pocket it. Doesn't seem like anybody. Well, you caught a little look from Callista, but that was it. You're getting kind of used to that look every time you take something.
It's nice.
Molfin's over scooping up the remnants.
The remnants.
Master Molfin,
Yes.
I have two things. The first thing, I just took this dagger off the nightstand. Do you know what it does?
Once we're out of the room, I'd be happy to take a look at it for you.
All right. Okay. All right.
Would you
the
like
other
a wing or a finger or a toe or other piece?
is he dead?
I certainly hope so. I stopped checking after
Kind
a
of.
while.
It kind of looks
I'll
like he's been
stab
sent
him.
through a wood chipper. It's bad.
I'll stab him. I don't like that guy either, so I just stab him really fast with this dagger.
Norien is no longer among the. Well, no longer a living fiend.
Wait, Diana looks past Ashlyn's shoulder, sees that chaotic mess, and is just like, I'm not mad.
Second thing,
Yes.
Do we trust the king not to make a wish throughout the night?
That's why I have the necklace now.
Well, yeah, but like, what if it like teleports to him or something?
I will make certain that that will not happen.
If everybody allows me, I can make it so he doesn't even think about that
That
all
sounded,
night.
That sounded very worrisome.
Hasn't his brain already been
That sounded...
mucked about with a bit?
I have an ability to make people scared of me
Oh my god, no.
for 8 hours.
No.
He just
Please
found out
don't-
his wife is dead.
Hear
Perhaps
my
we don't need to terrorize
Trouble
him any
him
further.
further.
All right. I mean, I was just, it was just an option.
That
In the
Molten's gonna
giant-
look over. Is the king still like involved with the others, not really paying attention over here?
Yeah, I guess I'm assuming you guys just kind of like stood up and went off to the corner of the room or something, and the king,
I'm
the
like
king is
close to the
basically just there on the ground, like running his hands like through the queen's hair, like that's all he's doing.
Molten's gonna look real quick, pop the chest out, throw the necklace in, and banish his chest again.
Okay, got it.
Sweet, sweet.
Another one for my collection.
Yup.
I see this and I look at the
Another
king's
artifact.
neck. Does it appear again on the king's neck, or is it actually gone?
Make a perception check, Vix.
Ooh.
Not good at this.
Oh no. Guidance.
13.
13. The necklace is not on the king's neck.
Nice. All right. I'm just gonna follow Molfen around for the rest of the time until he tells me what the dagger does.
It's
Cool,
okay. Vic's
that
just like
jazz.
walking behind Molven everywhere he goes.
If you're gonna follow me around, pick up some pieces. We have to throw them off the balcony.
Oh, all right.
Just pick it up, remnants, and chuck it off the balcony.
All right.
Good fertilizer.
You hear?
I'm gonna
You hear one of the
sort
guards
like-
go down below. Ah! What was that?
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
You hear another one.
Just dead body bits. No worries.
Oh God, it's an arm! Ah! You hear like footsteps like running up.
Precipitation.
Oh crap, we're gonna get arrested again.
Oh god.
I think we have the king's consent to do it this time.
He's-
They're gonna charge in here.
He said to clean it up. He didn't say throw it off the balcony.
We're
Oh,
cleaning it up.
oh, that's
Wax off.
disgusting. Oh, that's
Wax off.
disgusting.
That'd be like it's like me telling my kid, "Hey, take the trash out," and he takes it off the back porch and just dumps it into the backyard. It's like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
It's
What are you
outside.
doing? I meant
Should
the.
have been more specific.
I did
It's just
exactly
like the
what Doug
genie's
was
wish,
doing.
Michael. Come on.
That-
Yeah, needs to learn to be careful with his words.
Oh god. I got a little bit tighter and rub her back. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know it's a lot right now.
As you guys are having that moment, eventually the king does decide that he probably needs to summon some people to come and take the queen's body and maybe put it down into. I think what they would do is they would set up like a makeshift table area down in the throne room and drape some, some sheets and things on it and put some elegant kind of white sheets kind of over top of her. And they all kind of bring in some flowers and they start like setting them all around her body, laying in there. They set up these like candle holders all around in like a circle around it and just have the flickering candlelight within the throne room. So that's what the king's going to do with some of his guards and the captains and things like that around the castle, and they all seem to be. It's a
I
very
will aid with
somber,
that.
mournful moment. Yeah.
I will aid with that with the druid craft and do vines and kind of do like a bed of flowers underneath her. As they bring in flowers, I kind of just use the vines to like outgrow and like give her a little bit of a like a casket almost, keeping the face kind of out. I know she's covered, but like
Oh,
kind
very
of like she's in a bathtub full.
nice. Love it. Did you have like a color palette in mind?
They are white. Most of them are white, but there are scatterings of forget-me-nots, as is usual.
Awesome. Well done. Yes, a lot of the guards just stand in amazement as you do this, as they're just setting down flowers as well that they bring in from the outside. What about the rest of you?
Muffin, do we know who he was working for? I forget. I actually forget if Muffin told us.
He was working for that creature that Lachlan exploded while I was riding on its shoulders. But when his boss was destroyed, he saw an opportunity. He sought to kill me to return the hand and shroud back to... Muffin sort of gets quiet and looks down a little bit, and Michael, the player, knows.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Muffin recognized that voice that I heard in Norien's
Yeah, because you've heard it
I'll call it
before.
fantasy.
Yeah, you've heard it before. Also,
Yeah.
another thing that you would have picked up on too with the detect thoughts is the reason Norien was doing what he was in the process of doing. It didn't matter if it was the king or the queen. He was attempting to take one of them hostage. So that way, his thought was you guys were going to come to find him and you were going to come back to the king. So if he had one of them hostage, he would have the upper hand in negotiating a deal and find some way to manipulate you or dupe you and then stabbing you in the back and taking your stuff.
And the queen found out too much.
Well, it was kind of a random thing, like within his thoughts. He was just going to go back and whatever opportunity he had first, that's the one he was going to take. And it just so happened that the first person that he saw alone was the queen. So he dealt with that. And then he used the guys to be able to get close to the king.
Yeah.
But you guys arrived in the nick of time. Just in the nick of time. If Muffin would have followed that dragon a little bit longer, he would have had a little bit more of an upper hand. And that's you would have gleaned all that from his thoughts. Like that was his thinking, that was his thought process.
So Muffin will just look over after looking down for a couple of moments and look back up. Yet another one under the service of Orcus.
Now it's personal. Before I just wanted him gone, but
Well,
now he
before
has
it
to be
was-
destroyed.
Before he was a potential cog in the wheel to deal with other things, but now...
Right.
But we need rest to prepare for tomorrow. And Muffin's just sort of going to reach up and squeeze Ashlyn's elbow a little bit. But I'm sorry that we weren't more prepared on our return back here, but at the same point, it seems your eagerness was well placed.
Thank you.
And perhaps in the morning, Diana and her extraplanar entity will give you the reunion, well, at least the life back into But I need rest. I have to go find somewhere to situate so I can deal with what we have learned.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Mulfin's gonna head back and look over at Ashlyn and Lachlan. But I'm going back outside to where we originally landed. He's just gonna go wander out.
Master Melfin, wait!
Just come along, I'll deal with yours as well.
I also wanted to let you know I scooped all of the little chunks and threw them over the balcony.
Actually, as he goes to walk away, Lachlan, do us a favor, and I haven't bothered with prestidigitation yet. Just the floor. Walk off to leave Lachlan to deal with that.
And I follow right behind.
Okay.
Okay. About Diana, Callista, Ashlyn, what would you guys do?
The sooner that we go to sleep, the sooner we can start this ritual.
If you don't mind, Dad, I'd like to trance here next to Mom. Just spend some time.
That's fine. I planned on just sitting right here, and you can see him just get comfortable on the throne, and he just sits there, and he's
Before
just.
you do that, let's go for a walk, Your Majesty. Give your daughter some time alone.
Fair enough. And he walks with you. Diana, are you staying? Are you just heading to sleep?
Does Callista want me to go with her, or does Ashlyn want alone time? You want me to go with you?
I mean, it's up to Ashlyn if she wants alone time. But Callista needs to have a conversation with the king, but you're more than welcome to come.
Diana, can I borrow your hammer?
My hammer?
Yeah.
For what?
This, and I kick the smelly chair.
Oh,
Norian's chair just
hell
falls
yeah.
over.
And I give her my mace.
Okay.
You work out whatever you gotta work out, alright?
Thank you. I'll just need like some alone time.
Oh yeah, you can have your alone time. I'll walk with Callista.
As you guys hear the door close behind you, all you can hear is like the beating of the metal mace.
I just look at the king knowingly. That's why.
That's called coping.
That was good call. Good call.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get hit by any shrapnel. Right.
Yeah.
So let's shall we? And he just kind of points out to the front area, and the guards. There's still guards around, and they somberly kind of open the doors for him, Your Majesty. And then you walk on by and out into the quiet streets of Tiselles. Not a lot of people like out and about, but moving through.
I'm gonna wait for a quieter moment when we're more alone.
Okay. You guys, you guys. He takes you to kind of like what would constitute as like a park in this place. Like it's some winding platforms and they're kind of almost like trails that are built out of like stone walkways that have little walls that are covered in vines and things of that nature. And you can see that there's some natural pooling areas from where these like waterfalls fall and then trickle down through the city a little bit and create these little pools. And you can see there's different types of fish and things kind of like swimming around. Some of them are even like almost sparkling and glowing with some type of blue, what seems to be like arcane energy within some of the fish. As he just kind of walks around. Very beautiful as you're walking through.
So I think we need to be a little bit more transparent with each other, especially seeing as Ashlyn is almost certainly your daughter, and you deserve to know what she's been involved with and what we've been involved with, because it seems relevant right now.
Okay.
We are dealing with opponents on the grandest of scales. Gods. Devil lords. Eternity. We are dealing with some high-level shit. And it seems like you have recently dabbled in such shit. I kind of just look at Diana almost like she looks a little embarrassed, but she's going to say this anyway. I made a deal. Much like you have. And in exchange, there are going to be dire consequences to the deal I made. Consequences that I am no longer prepared to face. I made the deal when I thought there was nothing left to lose. Fast forward to now, and I just look at Diana. I have everything to lose if this deal goes through.
I take Callista's hand.
But the only way out of it is to kill a god. What you're playing with could easily reach the escalation I have now dug myself into. I cannot break that deal, not yet. You have the ability to walk away. You have the ability to live on as you are now and rebuild that relationship with your daughter. With no consequences. You will lose nothing more than you've already lost. Stop while you're ahead. Take it from someone who regrets. Don't do that to Ashlyn.
She already had to lose you once, and now her mother too.
He just looks at both of you, and you can see like there's understanding in his expression. Like you're getting your point across. You can like, and Callista, with your enormous passive insight, yeah, like he gets it. The part that he's having trouble getting, he voices. What about all the lost memories? What about everything before now? Would that also be disrespectful to her?
Not if you're willing to try with what you have. For now, if I've learned anything, is the gods can work in mysterious ways. Like she said, you need to have faith. But to have that, you need patience. And if there's one thing I've gained over the years of traveling with these ones, it's patience.
Hashtag truth.
Hashtag truth. You need to trust your daughter. Trust us. We're your best chance.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage, Callista.
Ooh!
You also have player inspiration, maybe?
It's okay, I rolled
yeah, somebody gifted you. Well, you have advantage anyway, so you wouldn't be able to use your.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You know, what's my persuasion? +1, so that's a dirty 20!
Dirty 20! All right. He, hearing your words, he looks at Diana and is like, tomorrow, Ashlyn has an immense amount of faith in you. So, I as well have an immense amount of faith in you. Can you bring my sweet Kaylee back? Can you do it?
Ashlyn has faith in me, and I can't let her down. And I have faith in Elmater, and he's never let me down. So, there. I'm gonna do everything that I possibly can.
It's not impossible.
And I've done it before.
I can do it again.
Hey. I will try. It won't be easy. There's many years and a huge gap in my mind of everything that I'd be missing. It's going to be difficult.
And that's okay.
I think it's worth it. To try with her.
Ashlyn's really good at telling stories and retelling stories.
Yes.
He smiles a little bit.
She'll make it very easy for you, I promise.
Right. Well, if you both don't mind, I'd like to be in the presence of my wife.
Maybe give her like 15 more minutes.
Yeah.
We'll take the long way back.
Wait till we wait till you hear the noises stop. Yeah, you'll know when.
Okay. Back at the castle with Molfin, Vix, Lachlan, anything in particular? I know, Molfin, you were going to identify that dagger. Is that correct? I think you're muted, bud.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Once we got outside, pull the chest back, identify the dagger, identify the crystal shard we took from Pantless Wonder.
Pantless Wonder.
And identify the genie necklace.
Okay. Cool.
I'm often going to be doing that for a little while, but I'll start with the dagger because, you know,
Okay.
Vix is waving it in my face.
The spoon in the face. That's so good. You identify. You identify the dagger. It's a very ornate looking dagger. It's actually made of. It's pretty much complete gold. It is magical, and it's a basic +2 dagger. Is what it is. It looks like it was at some point probably commissioned or made to be something more symbolic, maybe not so much a weapon, but then was enchanted with magical abilities, so which makes it stronger than just a golden dagger.
So Molfin will look at Vix. Appears to be a simple ceremonial dagger, although slightly more effective. It does have a little bit of a magic sharpness to it. I'm gonna hold it back out to him.
Okay. You focus after you pull this crystal shard out of the chest. It really looks almost like a skinny pointed, just probably 8 to 10 inch just crystal made from black onyx, but there's this strange metal like mixed in with it. You're not really you've never seen it before, and even casting identify doesn't really identify the metal, because the metal part of it isn't technically magical. It almost seems like it come from another world. And
lovely to.
And after identifying it, you would discover that this is the first crystal shard of the Gatekeeper's crystal. It's one of 3 pieces, which combined, they go together to make a 3-pointed star when they're put together. You would know that this artifact was created somewhere within the outer planes and carried by an individual of immense power known as the Gatekeeper. The artifact was created in order to prevent other powerful beings from being able to successfully prevent planar travel from others. So basically, no one would have a monopoly over planar travel. Safeguarded.
Okay.
Okay. When attuned to this artifact, the following properties apply. There's 2 properties this artifact can do. The first property is you know the direction in which the other 2 shards can be found. While it doesn't disclose their exact location, it acts as a compass, pointing to the other parts of the whole crystal. This is true even if the other shards are on other planes of existence. The second thing. All necromantic, transmutation, and enchantment spells automatically fail when cast against you. This is specific to spell casting and does not affect special abilities that are not arcane in nature. For example, this would have no effect on a beholder's eye rays, or Orcus's ability to use legendary actions for creeping death. Those are just 2 examples.
You said it was necromantic, transmutation, and what was the third?
Enchantment.
Enchantment.
If you're attuned to this crystal, none of those 3 types of spells can do anything to you.
So no more healing, no more invisibility. Like,
Well, no, invisibility is illusion.
oh,
Yeah, let me put out Molfin's go-to to heal others, but... And then what about the genie necklace?
The genie necklace, I don't have it in a D&D Beyond yet, because I didn't anticipate you identifying it. But basically what it is it works a lot like the iron flask that you have.
Okay.
It is just a means of being able to hold something against its will until a certain trigger is. Like, the bottle is, or the iron flask is just, you open it, and that's the trigger. This gem, however, has this individual locked until all 3 of its wishes have been fulfilled, and then it is released and it's given its freedom. You have an idea that this was actually created by a wizard at some point, maybe long ago. You're not really sure the arcane fingerprint on this to know exactly which wizard or anything, but it might be something you could research and find out over the long course of time or something like that. But somebody trapped this thing in here, and it's trying to get out.
Okay.
And you would also know that it is currently attuned to the king.
Molfin's going to put that back in the chest and close up and stamp the chest away.
Okay.
Still holding that crystal in his hand, though.
And then when he's not paying attention, he sees the dagger fly across the room and stick into the wall.
What wall? We're bloody outside.
It was more like
It's a wall of
ting,
a
ting,
building.
ting, 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 ting. It falls off.
I have to practice! Unless somebody takes it from me, but for right now, I have to practice.
God help us.
My swords are better in melee, but if I have to throw something, I have to practice.
Lachlan, anything that you're up to?
if it's getting late, I'm just working on some poison arrows.
Okay. Do you remember what roll you make for that? You can go ahead and make it.
I think it's Poisoner's Kit with Dex. So, submit. 24!
Nice. I would say you get probably you probably make 7 poison arrows with that roll. Taking your
Great.
time. It would take you a little bit of time, but yeah, you get them all put together.
Mhm. Oh!
Immediately, Lachlan turns green and
34
falls over.
million poison damage.
Yeah.
Rod's standing there beside you. Would you be careful?
Gotta break some eggs to make an omelet, you know?
Eventually, Callista and Diana get back with the king, and the king makes his way back to the throne room, where he finds Ashlyn. I'm sure that the chair is probably just in little splinters all around the room. Yeah, you're muted on us. I think.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is no chair.
There is no chair.
Yeah.
Where is Ashlyn whenever he walks in the room?
I'm kind of abashedly standing next to the throne area with Diana's what is it? It's not a hammer. It's a
mace that
I
has
forget
like
the word
the end
for it.
like
Mace.
looks like
Mace,
a fist on the end of
mace.
it. Yeah.
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 With Diana's mace next to me, and I'll sheepishly hand it back to her and say, "I just, you know."
I
Stuff.
take it and I give her shoulder a little squeeze. And I'm like, I
Thank you.
understand.
Thank you.
The king calls in a couple guards, and one guard's like, "Yes, my liege," and the king's like, "Collect all the splinters. I want it all burnt. Burn it all." He's like, "Yes, my lord." And the guards go and they start just sweeping up all the pieces around there
Yeah.
and gather it. And it looks like they're taking them out, boxing them up and taking them out somewhere where they can ignite them.
Dad, if it's okay, I'd like to just be here with you and Mom tonight. But I understand because you don't remember if you need your time too.
No, I want you to stay.
Really?
He looks at Callista and Diana, then back at you, and yes, you should be here.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'll hug him, and I'll hug Diana, and I'll hug Callista, and we'll go meditate by the, in silent prayer by the, body.
Okay. The king kind of looks at you and says, "There are many guest quarters upstairs. You are all welcome. Anything that you need."
You should be fine.
And he slowly goes up to the throne and just kind of sits down and just relaxes a little bit and just kind of puts his hand up on his head and just kind of rubs his head a little bit and looks like he's distraught and he's struggling, but he needs a rest too.
Yeah, I think I'd gather the others and just let them know we should go find rooms to just chill in and take our long rests because we're all very tired.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give the family their space.
So before, I will fast forward the long rest if you guys don't have anything else that you would like to do. There's plenty of room here.
One last thing.
Sure, there's plenty of room here in the castle that you guys could all have your own room. There's plenty of guest rooms and chambers that you could comfortably stay anywhere in this castle. It's very large. Yeah. Yes, Diana, what'd you want?
Callista, are we going to be in the same room, or am I going out somewhere else? Or
Wherever you want.
can I see you? I don't know.
We can share a room.
Okay, cool.
Raud walks by. "I did not hear this." And he just walks by. And you hear a door close down the hall as he walks into it.
I promise my questions are less awkward than they come out as.
But as soon as we deal with my family's bullshit, we won't have him as a third wheel all the time.
I'll miss him.
It's like
annoying.
It's like constantly going out on dates with like your dad around. It's like-
We are so lucky that my mom went back home. No, but I'll take Callista's hands in mine and look into her eyes, and I'll just say that, Callista, with what you said earlier about, you know, your deal and what you're prepared to lose. I just want you to have faith too. We're gonna work it out.
I know.
Because I won't lose you, and I won't let that devil guy have you. So it's gonna work out.
Diana, you know, you do realize that also means that if it's not me on that throne, someone else has to be. Otherwise, what we want to do is unattainable.
I don't care who ends up on the throne. I just care that no matter what happens, I'm always with you.
And I with you.
I love you too. I give her a hug and a kiss.
You.
And now let's go to bed because I'm tired.
Yeah. Get the fuck out.
Anybody else have anything that they wanted to get done before long rest? Okay. You guys successfully complete a long rest. It's been a while.
We did it!
Yeah.
Yeah. Was this our first or our second rest here in
You
the?
guys successfully went to sleep.
Uh,
Congratulations.
You took a short.
I think it's our first.
I
It's
think
only a first,
I think
right?
it's your first long rest here.
Okay, cool.
Because you immediately
One more day on the oath.
you had a short rest here whenever you were like waiting the king to come out and like give you like the stuff. Then you guys immediately clouded up to Hellgate and all that took place, and you had one short rest there. Some of you did. Then you
That
came
lines
back
up with
here.
my notes. Cool.
Yep.
We're so tired.
Day 6 of 7.
When I say I was out of spells, I was not looking good.
Oh my god.
Tomorrow morning, Lachlan's back in business.
Yay.
Not this, but the next one.
I don't even feel like a person right now. That was stressful.
We'll end our episode here tonight.